America is cooked to the fifth dimension, but the future is still bright. So I've been really negative about the United States. I've posted a lot of nasty things about how I think America is cooked and how we're all going to go and die in a war with China. But I want to reassure you guys a little bit, because in the short term, I am extremely bearish on America and on the global economy. But in the long run, I think we have a bright future. And you just have to sit back, be strong, and endure the significant economic pain that is going to come from the American empire collapsing before your very eyes, especially if you're an American. So first of all, is the U.S. empire collapsing? 110%. After World War II, we were the leaders of the world, the only country that could really stand against the communists in the Russian country. And for the next 80 or so years, we stayed on top of the world. We defeated the communists, and we entered a golden era of free trade where America patrolled the seas and kept the world safe to freely trade and exchange goods and services with little barriers. And now we have the rise of Donald Trump, who wants to rip up that entire global order that resulted from the end of World War II, and especially after the fall of the communists. And now America is basically turning very insular and isolationist. So if you think about it, if America, which has enjoyed the benefits of being a global empire that was the sole superpower, is now retreating back into itself and putting America first, do you think that empire is going to last? No, I don't think it is. And I think we're going to lose a lot of privileges of having a global empire, especially the global reserve currency, which I think over time will diminish, and of having, basically our allies doing whatever we want, and of money flooding into the United States. I mean, do you really think foreigners are really going to plow money into America and, continue to ship us goods and be our buddies after how we've disrespected the rest of the world? No, I don't think that's going to happen. Long run, I think I'm still kind of bearish on American superpower status. But the future is still bright, okay? Because you have to separate the drama that's going on now and the decline of America and the decline of American living standards that's going to come in the future, and focus on where the world is going. So number one, there is a large world out there. There's over 8 billion people around the world. Americans don't seem to understand this concept. They think they are the center of the universe and they control everything, and everybody else is trash. And I can tell you that's blatantly false. There is a huge, beautiful world out there. Now, not all places are beautiful and nice, but there are plenty of nice, clean, safe countries that in some aspects are actually better than the United States, okay? So we have this huge world out there, and in this world, there are 8 billion people that are trying to better their lives, provide goods and services. And over time, if you're invested across the entire world, you're going to capture all the fruits of their labor going forever into the future as you scoop up more and more of the global, publicly traded stock market, equity capitalization, whatever. So over time, if you continue to own as much of global wealth and all its future growth into the future, you're insulated from a potential collapse of the United States as a global superpower. 110%. The case for international is so powerful right now, but a lot of you can't see that. On top of that, we are having huge scientific breakthroughs. Okay, we have AI, which is progressing rapidly. That's going to massively improve a lot of people's lives, make it a lot easier to provide goods and services. That's going to make people more productive. We got the growth of robotics, which is going to really free a lot of people from a lot of crappy, nasty manual labor jobs. I mean, think about it. A lot of people around the world still work in crappy jobs. There's a lot of Americans that do that too. Once robotics really start to take off, and I think that whole theme is accelerating, a lot of the nasty jobs that nobody really wants to do are going to go away. And I think that's a good thing. I think most people will be happy. Now, people worry about this population collapse that we're getting into, that we're progressing towards, but we're not at an imminent decline yet. And with robotics and AI, I think that can easily compensate for the loss of population that's coming into the future and make a lot of people's lives extremely easy, okay? We're also pushing the limits of like human lifespans and genomics and medical technology, and all of that could also be probably boosted by AI as well. So what I think is going to happen in the future is we're going to have short-term pain. I think America is going to decline as a global superpower to just kind of like a, an isolated but still powerful country, but nothing like it was before. And I think in the long run, life's going to get better. I think goods and services are going to be produced more efficiently by robots. I think a lot of the nasty jobs are going to be done by robots. I think AI is going to make everything super easy and accessible. I think life is going to be good in the long run. And I think the world is going to be way, way, way more prosperous. So if you're getting affected by my doom and gloom, most of the doom and gloom is focused on the United States. I'll be perfectly honest. But in the long run, I think if you continue to invest, you don't get shattered in the next recession or depression, and you stay the course, you're going to see life get a lot better, or at least easier from a living standpoint. So everybody needs to stay calm and relaxed. We're going to get through this trade war. Trump isn't going to be the president forever. Even if we, God help us, go to war with China, the war won't last forever. The globe will eventually return to peace. Technology will massively improve. And I think life is going to be good, okay? So it's going to be fine. Everybody take a deep breath. Just don't die in the war with China. That's really the only thing that you need to make sure that doesn't happen. Get ready for the trenches. But anyway, what do you think? Are you still bullish long run? Are you still believing the world is going towards a better place? Because I do. And do you agree with my assessment that America is the dominant global superpower, and as the country that gets all the capital flows and is worshipped as exceptional? Do you agree that that time is coming to an end? Because I can feel it. I can see it, okay? A lot of you Americans are delusional. You really are delusional, and your utter contempt and disrespect for the rest of the world has gotten so extreme that I think your pride has blinded you to what's happening around the world. Because what we're doing right now is not good. The way we've approached international relations, the way we've treated other countries, the way we've disrespected them to their face, and the isolationist turn of the United States, it's not going to be a good thing for America and America's living standards. But anyway, let me know your thoughts. Like, subscribe, check out the pinned comment, and have a wonderful, delicious day. Cheers!